y'all for coming out today. I think I know most everybody, but for those that I don't, I'm Matt Hankins. I'm the Assistant Town Manager for Rocky Mount. I'm also the Chairman of the First Responders Memorial Commission. We've been working on this together for about 8 years now, maybe a little longer. This is a joint project of the town and the county to honor our fallen first responders. We formed after the deaths of Posey Dillon and Danny Altus in 2010, so it's been a long time coming, but we're glad that at least we have the memorial installed now. Prior to this, we didn't have a visible way of showing the public what we had in terms of respect and honor for our fallen first responders here in Rocky Mount and Franklin County. Our commissioners who started out with us in this effort, we have Charlie Robertson, the former fire chief for the town of Rocky Mount, and B.W. Wright, who is the now former president of the Rocky Mount Fire Department Auxiliary. Over on my right, your left, two of our newer commissioners, Union Hall Supervisor Tommy Cundiff and Franklin County Public Safety Chief Billy Ferguson. So thank y'all for coming out and supporting our effort here. Along the way, we've also had some help from the late Charles Wagner, who was the Rocky Mount member of the Board of Supervisors, and from former Franklin County Public Safety Director Darrell Hatcher. So we've all put in time and effort on this. Over the last 9 years, what have we been doing? Why has it taken so long? Well, over that 9 years, we've worked on the concepts for the memorial, what it was physically going to look like, where it was going to be located. We've defined eligibility for line of duty death, those people who should be on the memorial. We've supervised the installation of the base and the memorial. With one correction that was made in February, the monument is now complete, except that we just found out we've got an additional line of duty death, a cancer death that occurred in 2010 that the state has ruled to be a line of duty death. So that plaque will be added as well for former Rocky Mount firefighter Owen Lewis. We hope that we don't ever have to add any more plaques to this monument, but we do have the capacity to do that if and when it's necessary. As commissioners, we're here today to outline what our next steps are in the development of this monument. This is a memorial for all Franklin County first responders, regardless of their badge, their department, their service type. This is a central location in Rocky Mount. It will serve as a place of honor, an enduring place of honor for all of our first responders. And so behind me, the commissioners have the concepts for what this park space will look like. This will be a quiet, contemplative park for people to be able to come into, honor our first responders. We'll be able to have ceremonies here honoring our Peace Officers Memorial Day in May, or our Fallen Firefighters Memorial in October. So it's going to be a location where we can come together for a reminder that the sacrifices that are made by our first responders and their families are vital to this community, that the effort and the support that they give our community is something that we can't match. That sort of sacrifice takes a lot of effort on their part, a lot of time away from their families, and so it should never be far from our minds. This location on North Main Street will serve as a foundation, a public investment in boosting this North Main Street corridor, making it a more vital part of our economic and cultural community. It'll serve as a beacon of opportunity here. This summer, we plan a dedication for this memorial. It's going to be a major civic event. It's one that we expect that we'll have a huge crowd here for. The public can come together, recognize alongside our first responders and other supporters the importance of the memories, the sacrifices, the dedication of our first responders and their families. So as we lead up to that dedication this summer, we're making available brick paver sales to honor our first responders. That I'm standing where the walkway will be, made out of those brick pavers. It will lead first to the public safety building, so it'll be a corridor from the public safety building to this memorial. For the first 3 years that those sales are available, it's going to be only available to those who have been first responders here in Franklin County. So through the end of 2021, only people who have served as first responders, fire, law enforcement, EMS, dispatch, jail, all sorts of law enforcement activities alongside state agencies like state police, conservation police, and you have to have your service here in Franklin County. So those forms to be able to do brick paver sales are going to be available through county offices, town offices, through our website. We have a Facebook page for this memorial, so we encourage people to go to that Facebook page and find the form. It'll be in a prominent location, and we'll be able to get those brick sales done. The brick pavers are following the same pattern that the Veterans Park did on South Main Street. It's 4x8 brick is $100 donation, and the 8x8 brick is a $200 donation. And our focus is to honor those who have served as EMS, law enforcement, fire, police, any branch of first responder service. The payments should be made to the town of Rocky Mount. It is a tax-deductible donation, and it will be passed on directly into the account of the commission for the development, the care, and support of this memorial and its park development around it. We anticipate, because we think there are probably a lot more former first responders in Franklin County than veterans, that we'll have a really big rush of people here in the first year who want to take part in that. So it may take us a little while to process everything, but we certainly appreciate any patience that you can give us to be able to get through that processing. Our processing is going to be led by Cherie Compton back here. Raise your hand, Cherie, who's our secretary for the commission, as well as the secretary of the Veterans Commission. She knows how to get brick sales done, and we'll get it processed and get those in here and get them installed. Our vision here is that this area between the something about that wind. Our vision is that this area between the public safety building and the memorial will serve to all of us as a reminder that each first responder, whether they're paid or volunteer, that they take a lot of time away from their lives, their families, their churches, their civic organizations, laying their lives on the ground so that we can feel safe in our communities, that we can be protected, that we can have safety and security in our homes. And so this visible reminder is going to be thanks for that dedication. It's going to stand to show our communities that we appreciate the impact that first responders have on our lives every single day. So we're seeking, in addition to the brick pavers, we're also looking for donors, folks who want to be a part of this effort. You're probably going to ask me how this memorial was funded. The town gave $10,000 to the effort. The county gave $10,000 to the effort. The remainder was funded either by the last part of the Lights for Life campaign donations or town tourism funds. If you'll recall, the Lights for Life campaign raised nearly $300,000 over just a few months. That campaign was led by Mr. L.D. Arrington back here, along with the late Morris Stevenson, and Mr. Arrington was joined in giving a major donation by Danny Perdue and Joel Shepard. And certainly that effort was appreciated and helped to pay for this monument as well. So Mr. Arrington, thank you for what you've done for first responders in our community and what you continue to do. I know that at Arrington Enterprises you all are taking up donations on a frequent basis for supporting our first responders, so thank you for that. Over the past 96 months, I'm willing to bet that LD probably asked me 90 times how soon we were going to be finished with the memorial. So I'm glad to stand here today, and I'm glad we're this close to the dedication. We are pleased to be close to dedicating it. We do ask for the public's help as we work to raise funds to complete the park amenities. We've got the concept drawings behind me. I encourage you to go up, take a look. Provide us with some input. There's nothing set in stone here other than the monument itself. We're pretty well set on where it's at, but as we develop the other park amenities, we want your input. What's going to make for a great public park here, one that stands as a real outstanding and enduring monument for what we have in our first responders here in this community. We'll be adding benches, we'll add flagpoles, water feature, some walls and walkways throughout the new park. So donors are welcome to provide funds for those amenities as well. I want to thank Mrs. Ann Dillon for donating for that purpose specifically, and we look forward to installing the things that you want here in the park as well. We want to work with our community leaders to help fulfill this vision for our community, for our first responders. We do have our commissioners here today. They can answer questions or talk with members of the media about what we have going on today, why they're serving on the commission, how they feel about our first responders. As long as we're here, I also want to mention that David Young, back here with the Rocky Mount Fire Department, donated some time grading this to make it a more suitable lot for this location. So David, thank you. It is a community effort. It's one that takes a lot of us coming together to be able to get brought to completion. We are supportive of our first responders. We thank them for what they do, and we want to be able to continue to develop this to show it as a great monument for what they do.